What's up, guys? We are out today at a Drift Colorado event. I just kind of snuck this one in on you guys. And we were actually going to be going out to Vandermeer today to the PSCA race with the Civic, but I just kind of got lazy, didn't end up putting it together, and swapped the tires on the Mustang. I fixed this little quarter panel thing this morning, and pretty much just said screw it, we're going to go to the Drift event. So last Drift event happened on I think it was the PSCA race day, or it was something like that. So it kind of sucks. There's like, you'll have a drift day and a drag day that I both want to go to at the same time, but the Mustang was less effort, so I decided to just do that. So loaded this thing up. I forgot one of my GoPro things today, so I think we're just gonna be mobbing this thing on the helmet, and Ty didn't end up making it up here with me today, so I'm just by myself. So I might see if I have if I can find somebody to kind of shoot some clips and stuff from the outside. But yeah, gonna go out and give this thing some rips and see how she does on the IMI. If you guys remember, this was the first track I took it to when it was automatic and EcoBoost. Tried to do some drifts. I'll link the video up here, but man, it sucked. Like, you couldn't even touch the e-brake because it was, you know, it was locked, you know, with the torque converter. So when you rip the e-brake, it doesn't unlock the torque converter, so it just tries to slow the motor down, and it thinks you're trying to come to a stop. And the automatic tranny just didn't work. I think you could probably drift one of those in a parking lot, but not a small go-kart course like this. We're gonna hop in the car. We'll see how she does. So it has a ton of angle, like an absolute insane amount of angle. I can basically just back it into the corners. Third gear, since it has so much torque, the rev limiter's not super high, but second gear is rev limiter. Third gear is basically a smoke show with a little bit of bog. So we'll see. First tandem with Ian in the C6 Corvette with the LS3. He's gonna be on Drift Week 2 with us, so I'm excited about that. His car looks super sick. He has the ZL1 front fenders, and he has the wide body rear fenders. So we'll do another little switch up for him, so he'll follow me. Really freaking smoky. So the coolant temp got to 237 after that back-to-back run. which isn't crazy. IATs were 208 is what they got up to, so let her cool down a little bit. But that's basically what a top 16 battle or whatever would be. So I'm supposed to have a driver's meeting at 2:30. So I'm gonna do a little cool down lap. So just went and did some laps, got some new tires on it, killed those other ones just like instantly. Bought some more of these tires from Levi. I didn't have any at the shop, I used them all. rips out of those ones, and since this car is like so heavy, it just freaking bubbled and chunked. So now I have one Polino on one side and one like Mucho Macho on the other side. It should be good. Next battle is against a yellow 350Z for third place. I lost against Levi. He had a really good follow run behind me, but I had a great lead run. It was just perfect. I spun. That's what I did. I spun in the 3/4. I should have probably got 4 is what it should have been. So the only thing that would have, I guess, allowed me to go forward is if he would have spun and we would have done it one more time. But yeah, basically 4th place, but not too bad. This thing's a freaking boat. What did you think of the gunshots at the end?
Popping off, sounded great, but
I always wanted to try it. I've always wanted to try it drifting just to see like what it would do. So I could go into it by going 100%, or I could back off and do 80% and it won't do it. So I could hit my normal limiter just fine, but if I want it to pop, I could just go all the way and then it pops.
100% next time, all the time.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was loud. So now I need to decide if I'm gonna put some more tires on it and play around with everybody, or because my tires are basically, I mean, I could probably do a couple more fun runs on this, which we'll play around a little bit more. Alright guys, since I'm not gonna be driving for a little while, I'm gonna go do a little pit walk. I got me some new tires mounted, bought them from Levi. But one of the things that I thought was cool, as soon as I pulled up over here, well, there's two trailer things, but check this freaking thing out. So this is like kind of what guys with circle track things were doing, is like they put their freaking race car up here. You have this whole little setup where you could lock your tires and tools, and maybe put like an AC, like a little picnic table, but you can put all your tires up here, which is really cool. And then a lot of people like build like little generators and so, oh, look at that, you even got a viewing platform on the top. So that's freaking sick. I thought that was cool. And then we got this little Miata right here. I talked to him last time. It's a little turbo Miata. And he's got this cool little trailer right here. So this is the exact trailer that I was gonna build for Drift Week. It actually looks like he may have widened it a little bit, made it a little bit wider to fit some more stuff on it. Maybe not though, because the axle. But pretty cool little setup. Little turbo Miata. He looks like he's ready for freaking Drift Week. Drift Week 2. It's a little T25 on there, but this thing freaking rips. But yeah, another thing that I haven't seen out here in a while. Well, look, there's 4 Drift Mustangs out here today. So there's this Drift Mustang. This thing used to be down in Texas a long time ago. This is a little notchback that just came out. Looks like it has some Steve Mass's knuckles on it. Pretty cool. Cool little rig. There's two drift cars out here, and his truck, he has a 2018 F350, and this thing just makes me want. This thing makes me want to do the, you know, the Luma duty. I kind of want to do that. Speaking of other things that I want, Corvette looks super freaking sick. I don't know what he did to it since last time. It looks better than it did. I think he may have lowered it, or maybe he has some better wheels on it. Oh, I think he has a front lip. I don't know. I think he had all this stuff on it last time, but sick looking car. He put an oil cooler on it, and I think he just ordered some gears and a clutch for the tranny, all that stuff. Another one of my buddies, Andy, he just finished this thing, redoing it. Super clean FC RX-7, always on nice wheels. And he just put a freaking Pro Charger on it, or some sort of blower. So he just spent a lot of money on this thing. Turned out really nice. And one of my buddies, Justin, he had this out here last year. I've really been considering getting a side-by-side. I don't know, just seeing everybody ripping them. I got some space out behind my house, behind my shop. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I get one of these, and should I get a Can-Am, a turbo one? Or should I get one of the Hondas, like the Talons, like the Talon Rs? I think those things are sick. But they're doing like the tandem comp out there right now. So we'll go out there and check some of that out. Pretty sweet looking S14. We're gonna have a similar looking one pretty soon. But I need one of these. That's the next thing. I think I need like a 48-foot 2-car enclosed, or one of the ones with the freaking living quarters on it. You know, because we got a bunch of babies now. So they got 4th place, and Ian got 1st place. And the freaking Corvette America team. It's kind of funny that like all the top 3 in the other class was like import cars, like a BMW and like Nissan.
Yep.
And then the B class, which is like all the stock stuff-ish. I mean, not stock, but like was all American cars.
Yep. 2 Corvettes, 1 Mustang, and then we did have a 350Z in there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Taking over.
Yeah, it's funny. But so anyhow, me and Ian are actually going to trade cars, but not how you would think. He's going to take mine for a little rip, and I'm going to take his Corvette for a rip. I'm really stoked about driving that thing, because I drove Aaron Losey's in Texas, which I think is kind of is that where your idea?
Oh yeah, that came from, ever since Aaron bought one, I always had it on the brain of like, man, that'd be a good idea to like have a fun drift car that still has interior and AC, but still slides really well. And then I bought it, started sliding it, and I was like, man, this thing drives great. So I ended up selling my Pro-Am car, and now I'm turning that into like sort of like a Pro-Am vet. I don't really plan running Pro-Am, but just I want it to be at that level of a car, just so I can go do cool.
It'll probably be similar to like Matt Fields.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of what I'm building mine off of. Aaron inspired me. Matt did his demo car, and like that's exactly what I want. I might supercharge it down the line, but he punched his out and made it into a big like stroker, so it makes like 500. So
have you ever driven many JZ cars?
I've driven a couple JZ cars, like some 240s, but definitely, I mean, not many Mustang JZs to drive out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird for sure. So I'm gonna ride along with him, and then he's gonna ride along with me, and we're gonna drive each other's cars. See how it is.
Let's do it.
And it has a ton of angle too.
Yeah, man.
How would you recommend entering?
I just use a whole bunch of e-brake, like pump e-brake. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta real, yeah, that works, dude.
Seems like it's almost like it's like cutting the throttle or like closing the throttle. Does it ever do that, or?
No, like one doing what?
Maybe it just doesn't, maybe I'm just not giving it enough.
You gotta be, in second gear, you gotta be in the high RPMs to keep those tires moving.
I think it just has more grip. And I feel like I'm expecting it to have like more power.
They really don't. It's because it's stuck.
Yeah, and I'm just doing it. I mean, I was at like 2,000 RPM.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I think it just needs to be faster.
There you go.
That's weird. It almost, to me, feels like a limp mode. Because it doesn't even want to like bog, it just kind of wants to like...
It's just slow. It doesn't... I know, it's weird.
Do you want to drive real quick?
Yeah, I could like give you a
little sample?
tour day. Oh! We didn't take traction control off. I thought it was off. My bad.
That would make sense.
That is a limp mode.
I was like,
I don't know, man. But that'll do it.
And like, it's kind of weird that you have to ask that in like a drift car, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and I always forget about it. Yeah, I'll just give you one little preview,
Yeah.
and then, but yeah, you'll be good.
I was like, it feels like it's like,
and I'm like, tell you, it's just slow. It's just slow.
I was like, the throttle's closing. If the throttle probably was closing.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's got a lot of grip in it.
Yeah.
So like on that manji section after the horseshoe, you gotta really pitch it.
Yeah.
Or it'll grip up.
Yeah.
Your car, you just turn the boost on and it just goes sideways.
Yeah, and it just smokes it.
Yeah. And after that manji, I do a little bit of a left foot brake there.
Mm.
Like after the horseshoe manji, I do a little bit of a left foot brake there to slow down. You can use this too.
Yeah.
And then that turn, I'll either use this or a little bit of left foot brake.
Yeah. See, that was no e-brake or clutch kick.
Yep. Yeah, I want to get the PBM kit where I get like 10 more degrees, like the upper and lower arms.
Yeah, that's a hard section right here with the...
Yeah, with that sword. There you go, put some angle to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I did the same thing. You're going through your e-brake down here, and it takes a while to remember that it's way over here.
Yeah. Oh, this thing feels great.
Yeah, for just those PBM knuckles,
Yeah.
overs, and the e-brake. I put an intake on it, so I got, 5 extra horse.
Yeah. Oh, we just got done driving each other's cars. Ian, what do you think of the Mustang?
I like the power. Power's good. I mean, what'd you make, like 550 in this thing?
It's like 580 and 630 torque.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have that much now. It's turned down a
little
Yeah,
bit.
it's on 20 pounds.
Still,
but
just when the boost kicks in, this thing kicks out. Whereas my car, being a stock motor, you really have to mat it and really have to commit for how much grip is in the car. So you have to kind of fight it in that aspect of really getting into the drift. Whereas this thing gets into the drift really well. It's just the steering is very finicky, and it's very subtle movements for a lot of movement out of the car, and that's the tricky part. So if you can combine those two things, you might have a really good car.
So you're saying if we put a JZ in a Corvette,
that actually, I would love that. It would piss a lot of people off, but man, that boost, I sure do love boost. Eventually, I do want to put a stock CL1 blower on that, just
like the LSA or
they're just to retain. I'm trying to retain as much stock stuff in it as possible. More stock, more reliable. So that's my game plan. But yeah, if I could make your numbers in that, it'd change everything.
Yeah. And so me and the Corvette, I've driven them before, and they just feel like an amazing S chassis. In the first like 3 laps, I was trying to drift it with the traction control, and I was like, Ian, like, it feels like the throttle body's closed, and it's just not, it doesn't even bog. It was just like, he's like, well, it's just slow, like.
Just commit. But yeah, we totally forgot about the traction sensor. There's also, I had to unplug it. There's a steering handling, or there's a handling sensor that you have to hold the button for 10 seconds to kill that. So I got so mad at it, I just pulled the plug. I was like, I get rid of this shit.
But yeah, I mean, the power in that thing, I think we were talking about it a little bit. Like, the power is good. It just needs like gears just to change the way it feels on certain tracks. But I think on this track, if we both had like 5 laps in each other's cars, we would be out there tandeming with each other in each other's cars. It's just one of those things that when you're driving your buddy's car against a wall, you enter slower, you do different.
Take things easy.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, with him, I know he would have been like top of 3rd gear, or you know, ripping 3rd gear.
Yeah,
with this thing.
Time in it.
Yeah. Same thing with, well, I would have been in 2nd with that, but we'd have both just been going faster. But
dude, 3rd is like 120 or some dumb shit. It's hilarious. 1st gear's 50 miles an hour. So yes, it's tricky. If those gears got shortened up a bunch, you would just have a lot more range on different tracks, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting 390s in it. I've already got my gears.
What gears are in there now?
340s.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be a big jump. Levi wants to go to like 450s or something crazy. I'm like, I don't want all that.
Yeah. But I think if you do that and then add a little bit more power.
Yep. Cam, gears, clutch, radiator, and what's next on the list. I already have everything. So once that goes in, probably like 30, 40 more horse out of it, different gearing, it's going to be a whole new car. So I mean, I'm real excited. More to come soon.
And the cool thing is Ian is actually going to be with us on Drift Week 2. So I'm kind of deciding whether I should like build something else or take this, or I mean, honestly, like, this has already proven itself that it works, and
it works.
I mean, it's kind of like, I was calling it like a mini F-150 or like a little Ford Ranger. Just like all the suspension bolts on are super big, and it just feels kind of like a truck sometimes. But it's
I think it's such a good car that it did so well. I think this is perfect for Drift Week 2.
Yeah. Maybe I just need to hook up the AC.
Yes, man. I was sitting in my AC earlier. So nice.
Yeah.
But
so I think we're both gonna go do. Are you gonna go drive some more?
Yeah, I'll get a few more laps in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw on the other tires, go do a couple laps, and then I'm gonna get headed home. But yeah, thanks for letting me drive your car, man. That was freaking sweet.
Problem.
Yeah.